Imagine for a moment that life is a giant basket. A basket where everything you interact with, every experience, every emotion, every thought, every person, and every situation is a fruit that you choose to pick up and put into your basket. The fruits you choose to pick can be as diverse as the life you lead. Some fruits are sweet and nourishing, filled with joy, fulfillment, and positive energy. Others can be sour and draining, bringing negativity, stress, and toxicity into your life. The capacity of your basket is limited. Each fruit you choose to pick up and carry along with you consumes space and energy. The question then is, what kind of fruits are you filling your basket with? It's essential to remember that not everything deserves your time and energy. Not every situation, not every person, and not every emotion deserves to take up space in your basket. This understanding is the essence of energy management. It's about discerning what things, situations, and people bring value to your life and which drain you. It's about choosing wisely what you allow to fill your basket, because once it's filled, there's no room for anything else. Now, you might be thinking, but I can't just walk away from every situation that's draining or negative. And you're right. Life is full of challenges. Difficulties, disagreements, losses. These are all part and parcel of life. But it's not these situations in themselves that drain us. It's our reaction to them. It's our inability to let go, to walk away, to stop feeding them our energy. Walking away doesn't mean running away. It doesn't mean avoiding or ignoring the problem. It means consciously deciding that you will not allow this situation, this emotion, or this person to drain you, to consume your energy, to take up space in your basket. Walking away from draining situations is an act of self-care. It's a sign of respect for your own energy and well-being. It's a commitment to your own personal growth and happiness. Think of it this way. When you're on an airplane and the cabin pressure drops, the oxygen masks are released. What do the flight attendants tell you? Do they tell you to first help the person next to you, then put on your mask? No. They tell you to put your mask on first, to ensure that you have the oxygen you need before you start helping others. The same applies to energy management. You have to ensure that you're taking care of yourself, that you're preserving your energy, before you can truly be of help to others. So how do you do this? How do you manage your energy in a world that constantly demands more and more of it? First, you need to recognize that you have a choice. You have a choice in what you allow to fill your basket. You have a choice in who you spend your time with, in what situations you engage with, in what thoughts you entertain. Second, you need to become aware of your energy drains. What situations, people, or emotions leave you feeling drained and exhausted? Once you identify these energy drains, you can start making conscious decisions to avoid them, to walk away from them. Third, fill your basket with positivity. Surround yourself with people who uplift you, who inspire you, who help you grow. Engage in activities that bring you joy and fulfillment. Focus on thoughts that empower you, that make you feel strong and capable. Remember, the key to thriving is not just surviving, but actively choosing what fills your basket. It's about deciding what deserves your time and energy. It's about recognizing the power of walking away from draining situations. And most importantly, it's about understanding that this is not an act of weakness or escapism, but a profound act of self-care, self-respect, and self-love. Imagine life as a dance floor. Each person on this dance floor represents an interaction, a connection, a conversation, or a relationship in your life. The rhythm of the music guides your movements, while the space around you determines the boundaries of your dance. In the same way as you wouldn't let someone interrupt your dance by stepping into your space, in life you must set boundaries for your interactions and relationships. Setting these boundaries is not about pushing people away or isolating yourself. It is about defining your values, your priorities, and your self-worth. It's about deciding what you will accept and what you will not, what you will give and what you will take, what you will endure and what you will walk away from. It's about creating a space that allows you to thrive and grow, to be your best self. Setting boundaries is not a matter of selfishness, it is an aspect of self-love. It's about respecting your time, your energy, and your emotional well-being. It's about understanding that you cannot pour from an empty cup, that before you can truly be there for others, you must first take care of yourself. Each time you let someone or something drain your energy, violate your values, or disregard your worth, you are essentially telling yourself that you do not matter, that your needs and desires are not important. But they are. You are important. Your peace, your happiness, your growth. These are things that should never be compromised. Now, setting boundaries is not always easy. It often involves difficult conversations, uncomfortable confrontings, and sometimes even ending relationships. But it's necessary. It's necessary for your growth, your peace, and your self-respect. When you set boundaries, you are not just defining your space on the dance floor, you are also defining who you are and what you stand for. You are sending a message to the world, and more importantly, to yourself, that you value your time, your energy, your peace, and your self-worth. So how do you set boundaries? How do you ensure that your space on the dance floor is not violated? First, you need to identify your values, your priorities, and your self-worth. What matters most to you? What do you stand for? What are your non-negotiables? Second, communicate these boundaries clearly and assertively. Let others know what you will accept and what you will not, what you expect and what you will not tolerate. Remember, it's not about being aggressive or confrontational. It's about being assertive and respectful. Third, be consistent. It's not enough to set boundaries. You need to maintain them. You need to consistently stand up for your values, for your worth, even when it's uncomfortable or difficult. And finally, be prepared to walk away. Sometimes, despite your best efforts, people will continue to disregard your boundaries. In such situations, you need to be prepared to distance or even cut ties with these people, to walk away from the dance floor. Remember, setting boundaries is not about creating walls, but about nurturing self-respect. It's about creating a space where you can dance freely, without fear of being stepped on or interrupted. It's about ensuring that your energy is spent on things that matter, on things that nourish and empower you. It's about standing up for your worth and, in doing so, teaching others to do the same. As we navigate through this dance of life, often we seek closure from situations, relationships, and events that have left imprints on our hearts and minds. However, most of the time, this closure is not something we can find externally, but something that lies deep within us. The need for closure is a yearning for a sense of completion, a desire to close a chapter and move forward. But the keys to this closure are not in the hands of others, but in our own grasp. The act of forgiveness is a significant step towards finding this closure. Holding on to grudges and bitterness only weighs us down, hindering our growth and obstructing our path forward. Forgiveness is not about condoning or forgetting someone's misdeeds. It's about liberating yourself from the shackles of resentment and anger. It's about choosing peace over turmoil, love over hatred. Forgiving someone is essentially a gift that you give to yourself, a gift of liberation, lightness, and forward momentum. Striving to find answers to the question, why, often leads us down a rabbit hole of overthinking and endless loops of past memories. The truth is, some actions or events don't have a rational explanation, and sometimes we don't get the answers we seek. So, rather than focusing on the why, we should shift our attention to what now? How can we use our experiences, however painful they might be, to grow and evolve? How can we leverage the lessons they taught us to become better versions of ourselves? This doesn't mean dismissing or belittling your feelings or experiences. It means acknowledging them, understanding them, and then using them as stepping stones to move forward. When we focus on the what now, we empower ourselves to rewrite the ending of our stories. We take control of our narratives and use our past not as an anchor that holds us back, but as a sail that propels us forward. It's also essential to remember that closure is a process, not a destination. It doesn't happen overnight, and there's no set formula or timeline for it. It requires patience, self-compassion, and time. Some wounds may take longer to heal, but that doesn't mean they won't heal. You are stronger and more resilient than you think, and with time, you will find your closure. Moreover, seeking closure doesn't mean waiting for someone else to apologize or acknowledge their actions. As we said before, the keys to closure are in your hands, not theirs. You don't need their words or actions to validate your experiences or feelings. Your experiences are valid, and your feelings are valid. You have the power to find your closure, to forgive, to heal, and to move forward. In conclusion, as we continue to dance our way through life, let's remember that closure often lies within us. That forgiveness is a gift we give to ourselves. That shifting our focus from why to what now empowers us to rewrite the ending of our stories. And lastly, that closure is a process, not a destination, and that with patience, self-compassion, and time, we will find our peace and move forward. The beauty of life lies in its unpredictability, but it's in human nature to seek comfort and familiarity. This tendency often keeps us rooted within the confines of our comfort zones, thereby inhibiting our true growth. Indeed, comfort is a pleasant state, but it is not where significant growth happens. It is in the discomfort, in the unknown, where we truly evolve and develop. Imagine you're in a cocoon, wrapped in a sense of comfort and security. But to transform into a beautiful butterfly, you have to break free from this cocoon. The process might be painful and uncomfortable, but it's essential for your growth and transformation. Similarly, we must learn to embrace discomfort to grow and evolve in life. This discomfort can manifest in various ways. It can be the anxiety of starting a new job, the fear of public speaking, the uncertainty of starting a new relationship, or the apprehension of moving to a new city. But it's crucial to remember that discomfort is not a sign of weakness or a signal to retreat back into our comfort zones. Instead, it's a sign of growth, a sign that we're pushing our boundaries and challenging our limits. Through discomfort, we learn to be resilient, to adapt to new situations, to overcome challenges, and to develop new skills and strengths. It's by confronting our fears and stepping out of our comfort zones that we truly discover our potential and unlock our true power. Furthermore, stepping out of our comfort zone also opens us up to new opportunities, experiences, and perspectives. It frees us from the shackles of our self-imposed limitations and allows us to explore the vast expanse of possibilities that life has to offer. While stepping out of our comfort zones, it's also essential to maintain a positive and open mindset. It's natural to feel fear and anxiety, but don't let these feelings cloud your judgment or deter you from your path. Instead, use them as fuel to push your boundaries and expand your horizons. It's also crucial to be patient with yourself during this process. Growth doesn't happen overnight, and discomfort is not something that we can immediately get accustomed to. So, be gentle with yourself. Give yourself time to adjust, and celebrate every small step you take outside your comfort zone. In conclusion, growth often lies outside our comfort zones, and discomfort is often a sign of growth. So, don't shy away from discomfort. Instead, embrace it, learn from it, and use it as a stepping stone towards growth and transformation. Remember, the journey of growth is not about reaching a destination, but about the journey itself, the experiences you have, the lessons you learn, and the person you become along the way. So, step out of your comfort zone, embrace the discomfort, and embark on this journey of growth and transformation. As we journey through the discomfort, embracing the challenges and uncertainties, we come to realize that our true power lies in mastering our inner selves. The external world, with all its noise and chaos, may seem overpowering at times. However, the strength within us, the power of our inner self, is much more potent than anything the outside world can throw at us. True power is not about controlling others or manipulating situations to our advantage. It's about controlling our reactions to the external stimuli, our inner emotions and thoughts. It's about differentiating between what we can and cannot control and focusing our energy on the former. Think of the calm center of a hurricane, the eye. Around it, the winds are violent, destructive, but the eye itself remains serene. That's how we should aim to be in the face of life's storms. Undisturbed, calm, and in control. We can't stop the storm, but we can learn to remain calm within it. The Stoics believed that we can't control or predict what life throws at us. But we can control how we respond. We can't prevent the bird from flying over our heads, but we can stop it from building a nest in our hair. This philosophy of focusing on what we can control and letting go of what we can't is incredibly empowering. It liberates us from the futile struggle of trying to manipulate situations beyond our grasp and allows us to channel our energies into what truly matters. What's more, mastering our inner selves is not a one-time feat. It's a constant journey of self-awareness, self-reflection, and self-improvement. It involves acknowledging our weaknesses, working on them, and turning them into our strengths. It's about being in sync with our thoughts, emotions, and actions, and ensuring that they align with our values and principles. This mastery over our inner selves also equips us with the wisdom to distinguish between the important and unimportant, the essential and the trivial. Often, we get so caught up in the hustle and bustle of life that we lose sight of what truly matters. But when we tune in to our inner selves, we gain the clarity to differentiate the wheat from the chaff, the valuable from the worthless. It's also about cultivating a sense of inner peace and calm. In today's fast-paced world, we're constantly bombarded with information, expectations, and pressures. This constant onslaught can leave us feeling stressed and overwhelmed. However, when we master our inner selves, we learn to maintain our calm amidst this chaos. We learn to find our inner peace, no matter how stormy it gets outside. In conclusion, true power lies within us, in mastering our inner selves. It's about controlling our reactions, differentiating between what we can and cannot control, and focusing our energies on what truly matters. So, let's embark on this journey of self-mastery. Let's take control of our inner selves, unleash our true power, and live a life of purpose, peace, and fulfillment. Having a clear understanding of our inner selves and personal power is one piece of the puzzle, but equally important is the ability to trust our instincts and intuition. Just as the experienced sailor trusts the compass in the roughest storms, we too need to trust our intuition as it serves as our internal compass. It guides us out of the storms and towards the calm seas of life. Many times, we find ourselves caught up in situations where we feel like we're being swept away by the tides of societal expectations, peer pressure, or even our own fears and insecurities. In such times, our intuition can guide us, help us make the right decisions, and steer us towards paths that resonate with our authentic selves. So how do we trust our intuition? It begins with tuning in to our inner selves, quieting the external noise, and listening to that small yet persistent voice that nudges us towards a certain direction. It's about being in the present, fully aware of our thoughts and feelings, and acknowledging them without judgment. Equally important is the power of saying no. Saying no to things, situations, or people that don't serve our higher purpose or align with our authentic selves is not a sign of weakness, but of strength and self-respect. Moreover, each no opens the door to a yes that genuinely resonates with our soul's purpose. For example, saying no to a job that doesn't fulfill us opens the door to a career that brings us joy and satisfaction. Saying no to a toxic relationship opens the door to a relationship built on respect and mutual growth. Saying no to societal expectations opens the door to living life on our terms, true to our authentic selves. However, trusting our intuition and saying no requires courage. It involves stepping out of our comfort zones, challenging the status quo, and sometimes even going against the tide. It requires us to face our fears, confront our insecurities, and embrace the unknown. But remember, like a muscle, our intuitive abilities strengthen with practice. The more we listen to and trust our intuition, the stronger it gets. As we begin to experience the positive outcomes of following our intuition, our confidence in our intuitive abilities grows, as does our courage to say no to things that don't serve us. Trusting our intuition and saying no is also an act of self-love. It's an affirmation that we value ourselves, our peace, and our well-being over everything else. It's a testament to our self-worth, proclaiming to the world and to ourselves that we won't settle for anything less than what we deserve. In conclusion, trusting our intuition is not just about making the right decisions. It's about honoring our authentic selves, respecting our worth, and living a life that's true to who we are. So let's embrace our intuitive abilities, say no to things that don't serve us, and say yes to a life that resonates with our soul's purpose. We have talked about energy management, setting boundaries, seeking closure, stepping out of comfort zones, and the power within. All these components are vital in leading a virtuous life. However, there is one vital component left to discuss: the notion of self-love. It's the umbrella under which everything else falls. It's the fortress that protects us from the storms of negativity, self-doubt, and toxic situations. Self-love is not just about pampering ourselves with material pleasures or indulging in short-lived gratification. It's a deeper, more profound concept that involves respecting our needs, honoring our feelings, and valuing our worth. It's about recognizing our value and standing up for it, even in the face of criticism or rejection. Self-love is the act of prioritizing our peace and well-being above all else. In our journey towards self-love, we will encounter many situations that will test us, push us, and sometimes break us. There will be negativity, there will be toxic people and situations, and there will be moments of self-doubt and despair. However, in these moments, we need to remind ourselves of the power within us. We need to remember our worth and make a choice to walk away from anything that doesn't serve our peace, our growth, and our happiness. Walking away from negativity is easier said than done. It requires courage, resilience, and a lot of self-respect. However, it's a step that we must take for the sake of our well-being. It is an act of strength that honors our true selves. Imagine being in a room filled with smoke. The smoke is suffocating, blurring your vision, stifling your breath. What would you do? Would you stay in that room, inhaling the smoke, or would you walk away, step into fresh air? Negativity and toxic situations are like that room filled with smoke. They suffocate us, blur our vision, and stifle our growth. And just like we would walk away from that room, we need to walk away from negativity. As we walk away, we may feel a sense of loss, a sense of emptiness. However, remember, every ending is also a new beginning. Walking away from negativity frees up space in our lives for positivity to enter. It creates room for new opportunities, new relationships, and new experiences that uplift us, inspire us, and bring us joy. Walking away also teaches us a valuable lesson about our worth. It shows us that we are deserving of respect, love, and positivity. It reaffirms our belief in our capabilities and our potential. It reinforces our self-esteem and self-worth. So let's make a pledge today. A pledge to prioritize our peace and well-being over everything else. A pledge to walk away from negativity. A pledge to embrace self-love. And as we embark on this journey towards self-love, let's remember one important thing. We are not alone. We are part of a community of people who believe in the power of self-love, who are striving to lead virtuous lives, who are committed to walking away from negativity. So let's support each other, encourage each other, and grow together. Thank you so much for joining today's talk. It's been a pleasure sharing these insights on Stoicism, emotional resilience, and virtuous living with you. If you found value in this talk, please like this video, share it with your friends and family, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more such content. Remember, all it takes is a single step towards self-love to change your life. Until next time, keep shining, keep growing, and remember, you're worth it.